Hey traders, Johnny Howell here, and welcome to another edition of Market Update Time. And we're going to have a look across the board, see what happened today, what's going on in these markets. I tell ya, those tech stocks, here we go, boom. And look at the Sp500, what's going on with the Sp500 and the Nasdaq. And I'll be looking at the fear and greed index as well too. What's going on with the fear and greed index? Is it telling us something? Especially with those tech stocks, boom goes the tech stocks, boom goes the tech stocks. I'll be looking at silver and gold as well too. There's an interesting pattern that I've noticed when it comes to gold, or maybe it's silver, one of those metals anyway. And we'll probably have a good look around the globe and see what's going on. And this is a bit of a technical analysis. So Sp500 technical analysis, stock market analysis, and hopefully some things I use in today's video is going to help you understand the markets a bit more and give you a bit more of a probability. And then at the very end of this video, if I remember, so remind me, oh wait, there'll be too late because I already uploaded the video. I'm going to teach you the number one thing that you can apply to your trading that's going to help you become successful in the market. Let's get into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, trader, so let's get into it. What an intro that was, damn. Alrighty, so I'm actually coming off a loss today too, guys. So I'm like, oh, I had a 50% loss today. Damn. But it's all right. I'm in a couple of good trades right now as well too. I'll make the money back and so on and so forth. Before I actually get into the technical analysis, guys, let me actually say something about that. When you trade for a long time and you start to have confidence in what you do in your system, like for today right now, I had a 50% loss. Now that 50% loss that I had today was on 10% of my account. All right, so I had 10% of my account on there, so that means my account was down 5% today. So firstly, my risk management is good. My account was only down 5% today. Well, it's not really down. My account has actually, what my account actually looks like right now is actually this year, overall, it's done this. And then now I'm actually in a bit of a funk right now. But this is at the start of the year where we are right now. I think I'm here somewhere. So I'm still way up. So anyway, the whole purpose of this, guys, is that when you start to have confidence, you don't worry about losses. Like this was a loss. Oh my goodness, loss. No, don't worry about the loss, right? Because I'm in a trade right now. I'm in a couple of really good trades right now. And no doubt, just one of those trades is going to wipe out this profit, probably make an extra 5 to 10% growth on my account just on one trade. So that's the way you want to be approaching your trading, guys. Okay. So never about, get rich quick and so on and so forth. So please, guys, please apply that sort of thinking to your own trading. And one last thing before I get into technical analysis, John, would you just shut up and show us the chart? I was saying that to my private clients recently, is that please don't have your validation in a win or a loss and so on and so forth. If you are so stressed about your trading, you're trading way too much of your account, and then you're gonna be freaking out all the time. So please don't have your validation in the markets, okay? So let's get straight into what's going on with the Dow Jones. So the Dow Jones, as you can see, we've actually had a very nice sort of movement to the upside from here, and it actually looks like we're actually in a bit of a channel here. You can see there's a bit of a channel that's going on right now in the DD. The DD, that's right. That's the new terminology for the Dow Jones. Some of you guys must be thinking, damn, what's John on today? I've actually just come back from an F45 session, so I should be really exhausted. I've just had a awesome vegan protein powder with lots of strawberries in it. Loving it. So what's been going on right now? And so this is actually a bit of a top here. So we're actually in a bit of a channel. I didn't recognize this before, right? So yesterday I was saying we're probably going to race up to all-time new highs on the Dow Jones. There's actually a bit of a channel here. And as you can see, if I actually draw this, I can see that see how we're squeezing up into this little bit of a pattern here. There's a bit of a pattern here happen right now. And see how we're squeezing up in this. So we didn't come down to here. So you would notice that the strength in the Dow Jones right now is markets come down, hits the bottom of support, hit the resistance, come down, hit support, hit resistance, come down, and now we're bouncing off through to here. So you can see the buyers are starting to come in a lot stronger here. Notice how Notice how the buyers are doing that. So right now, there's actually a bit of a resistance, short-term little resistance. I expect more upside to come, at least on a short-term basis, guys. You know, and if this projection that I used before, then probably over the next few weeks, which makes me nervous, by the way, guys, because where the stock market is right now, I'm telling you, it's a bubble, right? Bubble. You know, long-term buy and hold in the stock market, run! Long-term buy and hold in the metals, run in. So, we can see what's going on through there. S&P 500, what's going on with the S&P 500? We're almost at there, right? So, a couple of days ago, I actually put up a little good funky dunky video, right? And let me show you that funky dunky video that I did. And let me bring this up. So, this is the funky dunky video that I did. All right. And a couple of days ago, I said, here we go. Boom. What does that mean? Boom. Boom. It's not what you think. Ooh. Massive crash coming. That's me talking about the long-term picture there. And when it ends, it's going to be really bad. But on the short term, right, boom was this bit through here. And so we're rallying up into the 3,000. So I'm expecting a bit of resistance where we are right now. Probably a little bit more upside on the S&P 500. But after that, I don't know, guys, because if I bring up my good old weekly chart, so let me click on number 5 for weekly, and I'm going to open up this chart right now, and so I'm going to squeeze it up for the last 10 years, and you can see these lines that I've got through here. If I just make them a different color, so let me make this really long one. Let me make the extension a very dark green, or let me make it a bit of a lighter green. And I'm going to use that one there. And then I'm going to use this one here. Let's make that, say, a orange. Let's use an orange this time. And that's that line that I had through. So that was that long-term line there, this line through here. And then we also have this other line that's coming on through here. So let's make that there a confluence or convergence of, let's go. You know what? Let's go purple. Let's go purple. Purple for my daughter, because my daughter loves purple. So if I go back to my daily charts now, and I squeeze up, actually, you know what happened there? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, there was none. All right, let's go purple. There we go, purple. So you can see how all these lines, which are very valid. If I bring up my daily chart once again, look at this here. A lot of confluence around this area. So guys, I'm telling you right now that yes, we're making nice moves to the upside. But this whole confluence area, right? As you can see, this whole convergence or this confluence area, that's all these lines are coming in all in one go. So I would have been long-term buy and hold, but the way the Fed's got this market, it's going to probably blast straight through it, and on we up go the 3,600, 3,000, and before you know, probably by the end of the year, it's going to be at 4,000. Moving on now to the Nasdaq. And what can I see with the Nasdaq? As I've been saying so many times with the Nasdaq, guys, the Nasdaq has continued to make these high lows in the market. So high low, 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 which simply means an uptrend. And until these lows are broken, we don't have an uptrend anymore. With the Nasdaq, is what I was talking about yesterday. That's, oh my goodness, Nasdaq is crazy. Now, because of the tech stocks that happened today, and I'll get to the tech stocks in just a minute, but based on the Nasdaq, we can see based on the Nasdaq, we're actually in a bit of a channel here. Let's see if I can bring up this sort of, so we're in this bit of a channel here. Look at this here, bouncing. Oh, look at that. We're almost at the top of that channel too. So interesting. Almost at the top of this channel. So maybe. There's a lot of big movements in the markets today. If I have a look at, let me bring up the good old candlestick chart for this one for you guys. He's like, don't bring up the candlestick, please. I don't like your damn colored bars. I'm trying to find which chart should I use for you guys. This one here. All right, please bring up the candlesticks. All right, look at Facebook. So Facebook, boom, right? Big up move today in Facebook. Really big up move today. I actually had one of my private clients said he was on this. He got in on this breakaway bar and he held through this and then bam, took off. Netflix, big move in Netflix today. I was actually in Netflix back here too. Like I actually bought Netflix. Where did I buy Netflix? I think it was somewhere around about here. that I bought Netflix. Or maybe here it was. So I bought Netflix and then I got impatient and got out for like a small loss. Then I see this. Like, damn. Amazon. I was actually in Amazon. I made a small little profit on that one, not much. But I actually was in Amazon. I'm out of Amazon now. It's a bit of a short-term trade for me. And all these other Microsoft. So Microsoft's starting to break up and out as well too. So Microsoft's starting to make a nice move as well too. So tech stocks are starting to that's terminology for big moves in the tech stock. So is this another repeat of the 1999? Let's just see what happens. So let's go back to the good old bar chart through here, because I like to use my bar chart because it just gives me a plain what the market's doing, which is what I want to see. Let's go have a look at the silver and gold market. So let's have a look at the gold market first. So as I was saying before, that I am noticing, look at this here. Look at what I'm noticing the last few months. I'm noticing that there is, on this short-term basis, we're actually having a very, 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 very sort of long and strong support line coming up through there. And then we also have a lot of resistance coming down through. So we're squeezing up into a triangle pattern. Now, what does this mean? Well, firstly, what it means is that if we start to get a very strong breakout, because the trend has been up, if we get a strong break up and out, we're probably likely to see another move to the upside. That's the actual terminology for it, guys. Like a ding-a-ding-a-ding. Or you're going to hear, right, like that horse. And it's probably going to start to gallop away again. So, for a good old little short-term trade for me, maybe there's something there on the G or D for me. So we have a little bit of a nice upward trend, and then we have this nice little pointing down. It's like waiting for, and we're just sitting there like the lion and waiting for the breakout. Do we get the breakout or not? And then we get the breakout, and then it runs, right? It's like the lion hiding in the forest, waiting for the zebras to go past, quietly, patiently waiting, and it jumps out, right, and then takes off. That's what. Oh, tell you what, guys, having a whole bunch of fun today. Let's go have a look at silver, will we? Let's go. Silver's doing sort of the same thing as well too. Look at this here. But look what silver's doing right now. Interesting. Look at this here. Big pennant again. Big pennant, triangle pattern, whatever you're going to call it. So we start to get a bit of a breakout. We could be going for another bit of a run. A bit of ruhu. A raha. A rinny. Right? Which is that's actually that level through there. And that's coming down through there. Oh, look at that today. Little poke its head, little up bar today. Little increase in volume. Oh, what's that? Maybe this is the start. We're actually getting a little bit of a breakout today now on SLV and an increase in volume. Oh. Maybe we're going to start to see a movement to the upside. Maybe not too. All right, so we're actually starting to get a little bit of a breakout now to the upside. Actually, it's probably something going on through there, isn't it? Let me bring up this point through here. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Starting to get a little bit of breakout right now as well. So possibly with that, especially that increase in volume, we're probably likely to start to see at least a little bit of a move to the upside, guys, when it comes to silver there. So really nice chart there. Let's go have a look at the GDX, see what the GDX is doing, telling us on the absolute shorty term. The absolute short term, what I'm seeing on the GDX, we're in a very big sort of strong sort of bull market through here, guys. We have been for a while on the GDXJ, should I say. Not a massive increase in volume, but that's that long-term sort of resistance line through there. If I bring this up, and we're going to go down through to here. Yeah, you see we're actually still stuck in the triangle pattern. Like silver, see I notice, if I go to the gold chart, John, notice we haven't actually broken out yet on the gold chart. If we go to silver, notice how silver's actually right in there, but the SLV's actually started to already break up and out with an increase in volume. Where you got the GDXJ, it's still stuck in the triangle pattern. Now, what does that mean though? That means though is that if we can get a little bit of sideways movement and a breakout and a really big increase in volume, we're probably likely to start to see a nice move up out of this. So that may be a little bit of short-term trade for me, but don't tell anyone. Right? And so we're also seeing the same thing for the GDX as well too. GDX, very nice long-term trend line coming up through to there. It actually looks like we're actually in a bit of a channel as well too. Boom, 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 boom. Somewhere through there, possibly. Possibly. It's not exact, is it? It's probably, this is the channel probably through here more. I wonder if that's the trend line that I can use here. Okay, so that's the trend line that I'd have to use then. So I wouldn't use that trend line. See what I'm doing here, guys? I'm actually doing this right on the, like live on the spot here. And I'd have to bring this out. So the channel is probably that there. See how I use the tops first? And then I use the bottoms. Well, if we go back to the GDXJ, see if there's something going on through there on the GDXJ. If I bring this trend line up to see if there's anything that I can notice. So there's actually a lot of resistance going on through there. So if I bring this up and I create a parallel trend line, maybe there's something going on through here that I can't see. Some possible. Oh, there you go. Look at that. There you go. That's much nicer. Because when I'm drawing my trend lines, guys, I'm always trying to look for the validation of the market giving me what the validation is, and that'll be the trend line that I use. Yes, that'll be definitely the trend line. And same for the GDX. So we can see we're actually in this very big sort of upward channel through there. If I go to my 3-month chart, just a bit of a short-term view, you can see how we're actually in a bit of a nice short term on the triangle pattern. You can see that was the resistance through there. So we're squeezing up. So because we're at the bottom of the channel, we've got a little up bar today on the GDX. I wouldn't be too. I'd be more comfortable. Hopefully, get maybe another couple of sideways out of this. For me personally, on a short term, like a trading basis, guys, not an investing basis. I'd like to see probably a couple more days and then a very strong breakout bar with an increase in volume, something like this. Something like this here would be nice. Very, very nice. And then we're probably likely to see a nice move up on the GDX through there. So that's what I'm seeing through there. Let's go have a look. Let's see if I can apply my analysis to the SIL as well. Let's go to the 6-month view. All right, so I can firstly see there's a very big long-term channel coming up through there. Let's actually see if there's a parallel channel. So I'm going to use that, but I'm going to see if there's any. Let me see if I can. Is there any trend lines here that I can use? That's more evident to me. That's more relevant to me that I can use. So if I'm looking at that level and that level through there, let's see if I can create a parallel trend line and see if there's anything that I would use more than that level. There's not really, is there? Bit of a short-term little channel going on through there. Possibly that level through there. If I bring this open through there. So that'll be the channel that I'd use, guys. As you can see, the only reason why I'd use this channel through here is because this top one is so perfect that now I'm using this bottom one as well too. And you can see we're at the bottom of this channel right now. So looking at the 6-month view on the SILJ, if I go to my 3-month view now, which is just a bit closer up for you, so I can see what's going on right now. So this is not looking at the weekly chart too. A lot of the times I look at the weekly chart, get a long-term view, but right now all I'm doing is I'm applying my analysis to the 6-month view, and then I'll go to the 3-month view to see what's happening here right now. You can see like a nice little up bar today, a little bit of an increase in volume. So it'd be nice if we get a bit of a breakout. Same for the other markets as well. And SIL, just the SIL itself. Let's go back to the SIL daily chart for the 6-month view. Let's see if there's anything that's noticeably on the market through here. So that's definitely a line that would be relevant or even evident in the future, guys. So you want to keep that there. I also can see that we have a lot of support and resistance. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. So you see how I just created the parallel trend line, the exact same level. And now I'm going to connect these lows down through here. Look at all these bounces through there. Little bounce, little bounce, little bounce. And now we're coming back down to this level through there now. If I go to my 3-month view now, And then I bring this down once again from there to there. Looks like we're trying to start breakout. So it looks like we may be getting ready to go for another bit of a run in the metals, which is pretty, because we've actually had a bit of a pullback towards the bottom of the channel. And now we're getting ready. So if we do start to break out, then we could start to see a nice move up, probably on the SIL, possibly even up to 56. SILJ, if we break out, we could probably start to see a nice move up towards 18, maybe a bit higher. GDX, probably the top of the channel is around that sort of $48 level. And the GDXJ, the top of the channel, let me just extend that to the right. You can see how the top of the channel is around that $70 level. So this is probably where it's likely to run to. There's obviously no guarantees of that, guys, but that's where it's probably likely to run to moving forward. So there we go, guys. That's what I do see when it comes to that. And the very last thing I want to help you guys with is this. Sometimes even myself, right, I take my system trades, and then I'm going to take some other trades as well too. And the number one thing you can do to your trading is to try to do whatever you can to try to keep your losses small and have your profits win and have your profits bigger. So I'll give you an example. I've taken a fair few trades over the last sort of month or so, and there's been a trade there where I had like an 8% loss. I had like a 15% loss. I had, I had like a 20% loss and stuff like that, right? So I had like 3 losses. These were just trades. And so if you look at this, this is an example here. 20 plus 15 is 35 plus 8%. So what is that? Let's bring up the good old calculator here for a minute. Where is that? Where's the calculator going? Calculator. All right, so I'm going to bring up, so that's 35 plus 8 equals 43, right? So bear with me for it. So this is 43. So if you go through a bit of a bad win-loss ratio streak, which happens to everyone, you're now down 43%. Now, if you're trading 10% of your account, that should equal less than 5. That should equal just over 4%. Call it 5% of your account in total. Okay, in total. On your account, right? And so then guess what? In the very next trade, I made close to 100% return. So not only did I wipe out all these losses, but now my account is back up 5% again. Make sense? Oh, wow. So the thing is, guys, is that and how I do that is I do 2 things. Firstly, I trade real small percent of my account. So 10%, I would say even when you're just starting out, trade 5% of your account. I like to trade options. So I like to trade in the money options, ITM. And that gives me a little bit of buffer. Not all the time. And sometimes you just can't help it. Like recently today, as I said before, I had a 50% loss. So that's a much bigger loss than I like. But as I said before, I'm in a trade right now that in the next week could be 100% profit. So I'm not really worried about that there. But it is a much bigger loss than I like to use. But most of the time when I'm trading in the money options, I can get out with a 10%, 20%, or even a 30% loss. And then when they do run, they can run from 50 to 100% profit there. And that's what you want to try and do. When you do go through a really bad win-loss ratio, you always want to try to keep it in check. Just like, okay, what am I doing here? So when I do go through these periods, I'm not blowing myself out, but I can sort of keep even. And that's just like I said before, in the last few weeks, I've taken a lot of trades. So if I look at my account, as I was saying to you, my account looks something like this. It started the year, ran up, and then it went flat a little bit, and then it ran up, and then now it's still doing something like this here. Now, why is something like this here? Now, by the way, my account is still up a lot, by the way, but I've had this little bit of a pullback here. And I know I'm just around the corner from, as I said before, just one profitable trade for me can send my account back up to back up again. But even if I stop trading right now, my account is doing way more than hedge funds are doing right now. So I'm just going to leave it at that. But the thing is that I'm trying to share with you what I'm doing in this period through here. I've taken a lot of trades. My win-loss ratio has been absolutely horrible, by the way, because I've been taking a lot of trades. I've been taking trades that have like a 60% win-loss ratio, 70% win-loss ratio, and so on and so forth. And my win-loss ratio has been horrible the last few weeks, but that's okay. But with that, I've had a little bit of a pullback. This is what you want to see, and then I know by the end of the year, my account's going to be up here somewhere, and it's going to be all good. So I'm trying to share this with you because that's what I do through this period. I've had a horrible win-loss ratio all through here. But I've been really, really, really good at trying to keep my losses as small as possible, apart from today. as small as possible. And then when I do have profits, just 1 or 2 profits can wipe out 3 or 4 or 5 losses in a row. So I hope that helps you out there, guys. And just make sure that you, let's go, bam. Right, just make sure that you're applying that framework to your trading every time you trade, because it inevitably happens to all of us, right? We go through a bit of bad periods, good periods, and so on and so forth. So just apply that to your trading. So before you go, I want to give you access to a brand new trading course that I got, and I'm going to give it to you for free. It's free, no, it's free of charge. And also in this trading course, it's going to really help you when it comes to understanding the markets. It's going to teach you the biggest mistakes that you're making right now that's stopping you. It's going to help you understand how to read the markets properly. You got 2 or 3 powerful chart reading techniques in there. You got 3 awesome trading systems. Pick which one you like. You got trade management and so much more when it comes to that. Plus also an extra few bonuses that I'm not advertising as well too. So you're going to absolutely love that. If you are struggling your trading right now, you must get access to this course. Go to johnsfreegift.com and it'll start you on the right path of understanding the biggest mistakes you're making right now. How to actually read the charts. What are some awesome trading systems? And so on and so forth. Also, if you'd just like to get to know me more personally on a more personal basis, then make sure you join my Facebook page. You can see the link on the description here, on the page here. Also, there should be a link in the description below as well too. If you want to learn more about me, about my life, about my health and fitness, what I do, and so on and so forth. It's not mainly focused on trading. So if it's not all about trading, it's actually mostly about my personal life and so on and so forth. And so if you'd like to get to know more about me personally and see my day-to-day journey or see some things that I do, then join the Facebook group join the Facebook group there. It's or Facebook page, should I say. It's facebook.com/John J. Howell. And you'll be able to get access there, and then you'll be able to get access to all that sort of stuff. So go to that right now. Firstly, go get access to the free course, and then make sure you join the Facebook group or the Facebook page, and that way you'll be able to see more about behind the scenes about me and what I do and what I think and so on and so forth. And my only hope in the Facebook page is that I inspire you and motivate you to help you become much more rounded in your health and your fitness and your mindset and the way that you look at life, and give you some motivation as well too. So go to that right now, guys, and I look forward to seeing you real soon.